Hello, our lovely viewers and listeners. As we mark the 16 days of activism month against GBV, we are going to be tackling a very important topic, which is going to be digital safety for women. I'm going to be your moderator today, and my name is Musasizi Bob. Joining me today are three beautiful ladies, and we shall start on the far right.
Hello, viewers. My name is Patricia Ndikwani. I'm very happy and pleased to be here.
Hello, our lovely viewers. My name is Nabanja Immaculate. I'm blessed to be here.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nancha Christine. I'm glad to be part of this team.
Thank you, our beautiful ladies. So today, we're going to be having a very important topic, and I'm going to be asking a couple of questions, and our lovely panelists are going to be giving us their opinions on these particular questions. And without wasting any time, I'm going to start with Patricia. And I would like you to tell us briefly, to you, Patricia, what is digital safety?
Thank you so much, Bob. According to me, digital safety is the art of protecting one's identity, data, and personal information from potential threats such as cyberbullying, it could be doxing, or any other threats that one can interface while they are using the internet.
Okay, that's very beautiful. Thank you, Patricia. Immaculate, digital safety.
Just like Patricia, how I understand digital safety, this is basically the art of protecting and keeping somebody's personal information like location, your data, especially online, away from other people.
Okay, thank you so much, Immaculate. Tina, digital safety.
Thank you so much, Bob. I'll not differ from my friends, my colleagues, what they have said. Personally, digital safety, I understand it as like procedures and measures taken place to protect and safeguarding someone's information through different platforms.
Okay, yes. Thank you so much. So back to you, Patricia. Why do you think digital safety is something that should be taken as something that is of most importance to women?
Well, digital safety is important to everyone. However, for women, given that we are a marginalized group, most often as we are navigating the internet, we use it for educational purposes, we use it for e-commerce and business. So you find that as we are interfacing with the internet, we are at risk of being attacked. Though it is virtual, it still affects women. So it is important for women to uphold digital safety, to know how they can safely use the internet for their businesses to thrive, for their personal lives to move.
Okay, thank you so much. Tina, Christine.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay. Personally, why digital safety is important? It's because it boosts the confidence of a lady, whereby you're able to navigate, you're on the same line with men, you're able to use different social media platforms. For instance, if you look at LinkedIn, you saw so many different amazing leaders who are ladies, and it boosts them also to know that yes, we are there, or in terms of online, and it's safeguarding their information as well, because you can't connect without asking for a request from that person.
Wow, I like where we are going. Immaculate, finally on that particular question.
Digital safety is important to women. With this evolving world, a world of technology, you find that most of the things nowadays are through technology. You have to embrace technology. And women, equally with men, it's important for us to have digital safety because Like you can see now, women are into businesses, they are everywhere, and everything that is happening in the world, women also take full part. Therefore, it's really important to protect them from things like cyberbullying, harassment.
Okay, thank you, Immaculate. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Tina. Just to give more insight to our lovely viewers and listeners, as we dive into this particular topic of digital safety for women, I would want you to know that we have over 1.5 million users today that are actively using the internet in Uganda. And there has been a couple of cases that have been reported and recorded. So as the panelists are dissecting this particular, very beautiful, with their beautiful opinions, I'm going to go to our second question today. And I think I'm going to start with Christine, sorry. What are some of those, the most common digital threats that are rampant today that you've heard of or seen?
Okay, thank you so much, Bob. In fact, when you're reading that question, the answer was just inching.
I know.
So, there are so many scenarios which are happening, like cases. For instance, if you look at cyberbullying, whereby some people use abusive language to ladies. For instance, you have posted something and someone may give you a negative comment, which can really demoralize you from posting other photos. Even when you're posting your career, some people, they may say that, this is you're not supposed to deserve it. So as ladies, it can be like a gatekeeping of not giving out our information, because we know the world, especially gents, are not happy with whatever we are giving. So it's more of psychological torture through online.
Actually, just for our lovely viewers, Christine has talked about a woman posting a pic of themselves, a video of themselves, and people giving out negative comments. A few months back, we had an artist, is it Gloria Buji? I think she posted a video someone posted a video of herself singing on it was Comedy Store, I think. And then someone came in and made a joke of how this particular lady sings as like what? Success card, something like that. These days, people might take it as something for... someone is making that particular comment simply because they want clout or they want likes, they want views. Yet in actual sense, they are damaging.
It really pulls you down. It really tortures you psychologically. Just you post yourself for maybe to your fans or your viewers, because you want maybe for your viewers to know what you bring on the table. Then somebody just comes up and says you sing like a success card. It's really so demoralizing, and it psychologically pulls you down.
Okay. Yeah. So, Patricia, I would want to pick your mind on this issue of threats. What are some of the threats that you've come about, or some of these threats that you've heard about that in your community, could be at school, wherever you go?
Thank you, Bob. Recently, it has been happening, many ladies get catfished, where someone puts on a different persona. They come in your inbox, they are saying, I'm the governor of so-and-so, and then I would love to link up with you. So they really lift the girls' expectations. They may even use these girls, and after all is done and dusted, this person is actually not what they were saying they were. So catfishing is something that mostly affects us ladies, maybe because we are sometimes desperate. Some people are desperate because they want to get into marriages, so they are easily catfished.
Just to add on what Patricia has said, there's something that we usually take for granted, and that is doxing. So many people end up sharing our accounts, sharing my personal data. For example, it's not proper for somebody to get my phone number and you share it with somebody without my consent, because you don't know who you're giving my number to. You don't know who you're giving my information to. You give out my Facebook account, you give out my TikTok account, And in the end, this other person you've shared all my details with ends up using them for his or her personal gains, which is also not right. It's an abuse. Yes.
Thank you so much, Immaculate. As you were saying that, I remembered something, how there is false impersonations. Someone takes your photos because everyone is at liberty to share their life. And as we are sharing our lives, there are people out there who would go to your Facebook page, they pick up a photo and they impersonate you so that they can maybe extort money from your relatives. They could even put up very wrongful information about you that could tarnish your image, that could tarnish your reputation. For example, people who are in the corporate world, when there is a certain negativity that is put around you, there is a way you cannot come back out of it, and it can shatter your dreams. Yeah, that is it about that.
Okay, thank you so much. Just to add a little bit about what Patricia was sharing and Immaculate. There is a tendency of men these days, especially on X and I think Telegram, where men pick, they come to your profile, you're a lady, pick all your photos from the internet, then create a catfish account, and then start, probably I've seen most of them have fallen to this hoax of, they normally say you're a prostitute. They go ahead and put a phone number that is theirs. It's not your phone number, but they are using your what? Your picture. So I think as we move on, there are lots of injustices that are happening digitally, and I like the fact that we've gotten the chance to get to dissect this particular issue. Now, moving forward, as we've all identified, now that we've identified some of those particular activities that are, taking place right now over the internet.
Bob, I remembered something.
Yes, please.
I understand we are going in the Christmas season, and recently there is a lot of cyber insecurity going on where people send messages or pop-up messages. It could be in a WhatsApp group, it could be on your personal messaging app, and it is like a clickbait that opens something, or President Museveni has sent this, or UNICEF is giving out such and such amounts of cash, and when you open it, your data, your whole identity could go out to the hackers, and this could also lead someone into trouble. I don't know if you've seen that recently.
Thank you, Patricia. I remember like 2 weeks ago, I received a message on my MTN line. Someone was convincing me that I can receive a job working online 2 hours and I'll be paid $20. So when I tried to check in, probably I lost everything. I had to contact my friends that, my phone has been hacked. It was really a good lesson for me that conmens are there.
Yeah.
Still about digital safety. I am sure all of us have witnessed this. There was one female musician. She was harassed sexually. I think she shared her pictures with a lover. They were lovers by then. Then when they got some misunderstanding, the so-called lover, who was now an ex, shared these pictures out to the public. She felt so bad, and recently I saw her tweet and said that she regrets this. It affected her career, it affected her normal life, and even her normal functioning. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, our panelists. I think for the benefit of our listeners and viewers, I think we need to make it clear that, you see, it is these clickbaits, like Patricia said, they are commonly shared on almost all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Telegram, TikTok. Thank you, Tina. You see, actually, even WhatsApp, like Tina was sharing, they normally use international numbers, something like that.
Right.
Send you a number from from a certain particular whatever. When you click in most cases, and for some of us that use the banking, our internet banking in particular. In most cases, you might find that once you click one of these links, you might end up actually losing everything, all your money and everything, and then you start complaining to the bank. You see, you've stolen my money, blah blah blah. Yet in actual sense, it was as a result of that clickbait that you tapped into. So as we are using the internet, we need to be really, really careful on what we click on and the kind of information we access. So, without wasting any further time, back to you, Patricia. You see, now that we've talked about all these issues that our friends and all of us are facing digitally on the internet, what steps, what things do you think? What are some of those tricks that you would advise or give to someone for them to be able to avoid, being part of these particular digital threats that are happening today?
Thank you, Bob. First of all, we all have to do great possessions of our gadgets. For example, if you have a mobile phone, make sure you do not leave it unattended to, because the moment you blink an eye, someone will go. They will maybe take all your data onto their phone and they can tarnish your image. Whether it is a computer, especially at work, when you're leaving your table, ensure that you have closed out so that no one can access the password that you have put. In addition to that, we should ensure that we strengthen the passwords that we use. You do routine checks and you switch up your password once in a while, because the hackers are very knowledgeable and tricky people. They can always try out ways to see that they can enter into our devices. Those are two of what I can share at the moment.
Just to add on the password bit that Patricia shared, I think we can also go ahead to tell them that they should avoid using very simple passwords. You might find someone using their date of birth, for example, which is something that is very easy. If I have information about you, then that means I can access your date of birth. If you've used your date of birth as a password, then I'll automatically, be able to access your account. So maybe we also need to emphasize the fact that as you're getting a password, you could maybe try to input a few symbols, then use a capital letter, maybe at the beginning or at the end, just to confuse, whoever wants to, steal your information and all that. Immaculate.
Yes, please. To me, I would advise it is usually very important for somebody to always log out. For example, especially with the accounts. For example, you have your phone and you know it is my personal phone. Just like Patricia had said, you got it well, but you never know what will happen. In case somebody accesses your phone, you find that most of the things we use the phones or our laptops, and you have not logged out. This person can use this to get full access of every information that you have on phone. So it's very important to always log out, especially when you're using the social media platforms. Make sure when you always log in and log out. I think it will be also something to help.
Okay. Tina?
Yes, maybe to add on, because I usually see Immaculate next to me, very active on her PC. Whenever she's moving, she closes it. But thank God we are able to share. So, personally, me, what I do, I always block. If I see the number, it's not familiar with me, and even your information, you're not clear with whatever you're communicating. Sometimes I block, and most cases I do check I thoroughly check the profiles to know who are you, your identity, before I get to know more you, because I realize majority we use false information that I'm an accountant, and yet you're just a cleaner. So it helps me to really understand your background.
Okay.
And then, Bob, with the latest internet frenzy of people trying to follow the latest trends on TikTok, on Instagram, or say it all, people have a tendency of posting in real time. Like, I'm in Nigeria at a cocktail party. I am going to share, yes, you see now we are in Nigeria. Yes, it is so telling of all your information to the public, which is putting yourself at a threat of maybe something bad happening to you. Someone doing GBV on you because we don't know who is watching what we are putting out there. So it is very important that when you're posting, do not disclose your location. Do not give out your contact online unless it is a business. You should really, really be careful.
And maybe, Bob, to supplement on what Patricia said, it's in line with that. Not everybody who comes to your inbox, or not everybody who comes into contact with you, is really a friend. You never know what somebody's intentions are.
Okay, just for the benefit of our lovely viewers, to add on some of the tricks that our lovely ladies can use to protect themselves. Tina was trying to talk about the privacy settings. Most of these apps have those particular privacy settings. For example, Facebook. I know Facebook has that setting that says lock profile. Yeah, one can lock their profile in that if Patricia is not my friend, then they are not able to, view anything of mine up until when they send me a friend request and I accept them to be my friend. So maybe they can start with that, I think. And then also TikTok, Instagram, they also have that privacy setting of you can choose to turn your account into a private account. This normally helps one to avoid, is it stalking? Yeah, stalking. Yeah, there's no way you're going to look at or access my account if you're not my friend. I mean, I've made it private. So maybe our lovely viewers and listeners can also maybe try to adopt that. And then maybe the final one is about, we have what we call that, is it that two authentication factor? Yeah. One cannot log into your account. However much they might have the password, they'll still need that two authentication factor or prompt that is normally sent to your email or your phone, something like that. Yeah. I think it is attached to Gmail. So I think it is also one of those avenues that our lovely listeners and viewers can also maybe try to, adopt too. So as we move on or as we wind up, I wanted to know, you see, there's been a lot of cases, especially now in relationships. So, Nabanja, Immaculate, whatever it is, they are both your names. If one of, how can a woman or in a certain relationship, how can they maybe start? How can they notice what are some of those signs that may happen for them to know that my boyfriend or my husband is starting to show signs of cyber harassment in one way or the other? What are some of those signs that you think one can benchmark on to tell and be like, why is he saying A, B, C, D? I think this is a sign of what? Cyber harassment coming up.
Thank you, Bob. There are so many cases of GBV, and majority are linked to phones and things to do like that. So, one of the things a woman can see, over-controlling you. If a man is over-controlling, especially when it comes to a phone, you're not supposed to use the phone. He wants to know your password. He wants to possess your phone. Actually, it is your phone, but he wants to possess it and even know the password, know your accounts. It could be bank accounts. He wants to know each and everything, even your accounts. He monitors each and everything on your accounts. Start being suspicious, saying, this man, what is he up to? What does he really One. Two, a man can, if your man is over following you up, I'm not saying that following your lady is bad, but if he's overdoing it, when something is overdone, it really becomes dangerous because you never know. Anything can happen as he's over following you. So to me, those two, I think, are...
Okay, Immaculate. Now, and the problem with that is, it's not a problem. It could be, to me, it could be a problem, and to someone else, it could not be a problem. I'm going to wake up one day and tell you that, but well, we are in a relationship. Why don't you want me to know your password? Why don't you want me to follow you on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter? I don't know if you get my point.
Mm-hmm. I think just to re-echo what Immaculate was saying, this kind of controlling will not come in a polite way. It will be a forceful way of asking for your phone. Let me see, where were you today? Give me your phone. Of course, there will be some questions that will follow through, and we will detect that, someone is bullying you, like there is a threat to your life because of usage of the digital platforms. And then, just to add on to what Immaculate was sharing, some partners can put restrictions. For example, if you have cable internet, wireless internet within the house, they could restrict you on when to use it. Of course, that is someone controlling you. They're like, between this time and this time, you'll not use the internet, or to refuse you from using the internet altogether. Those are all signs of unsafety. And then there is a story of a girl or a lady who came to me, and they realized that, how we all have that thumbprint? So she realized there were two, She had only installed one.
Yes.
So it meant that someone else was accessing the phone. And whenever the gentleman was having the phone, maybe using it up for something, and it stays there over time without being used, by the time they picked it up, they could just go straight into the phone. Oh. Of course, that person was monitoring this girl.
I know, yeah.
And also it put someone in a very unsafe environment, because if we are partners, why wouldn't you trust me?
True.
Why would you want to be in my phone?
All the time?
Okay.
Maybe to add on, any partners, you want to know the photos you have taken in the phone, the gallery. So majority, they'll be like, open your phone, I see the pictures you have taken, where have you gone? So even there's a case where someone can post your picture without your consent. You just find it on social media platform. Be like, why didn't you ask me? Yeah, you're there posting me everywhere without my consent. So I think even consent is more important. In case yes, I know you're in a relationship, but you have to first ask before posting me anywhere.
Because you're not supposed to post me.
Just for the benefit of our lovely viewers and listeners, for me to supplement on Patricia's point, it's not always going to be forceful. Sometimes our partners are tricky and manipulative. They might come to you in very polite ways, yet in actual sense, it's going to lead into, breach of privacy in one way or the other. So as we are in these relationships with our partners, we need to be watchful. We need to be careful. I might come to you today and, harass you in one way or the other. And then tomorrow I'll come and give you ice cream. You're like, oh, my baby. And then you forget that yesterday I was actually harassing you over messages that I found in your phone, of which phone I opened without your consent. So as we continue to live in this day-to-day life, I think we need to be more careful, more critical in this particular issue. So I'm going to put now. I want to make this open. So what advice would you give to someone that has maybe started noticing signs of breach of privacy by their partner, or that are facing this particular kind of challenge?
In my opinion, boundaries are very important and they work in all aspects of our lives. So I would conjure anyone out there who is going through what we are discussing to set up strict boundaries. You can tell someone that, please, I need my privacy. You cannot force yourself into my space when I have not invited you in my space. So you can speak to someone and you're like, no, what you're doing is not right and I'm not happy or pleased with how you do. So if we set those boundaries, at least it is one step in getting that freedom of expression to use the digital platform.
Maybe to supplement on what Patricia has said, not to supplement, the other thing it could be, you can change password. Because if you change password, this person will not be in position to access your phone. If you learn that this person has learned this password, you change to another one. If the person learns that, because you can change your password as many times as possible. So if he gets to know this one, you change to another one. Then, like we had earlier discussed, that avoid using weak passwords. For example, you're staying with somebody and the person knows that for Immaculate, her passwords are always maybe her name. So it will be very easy for this person to know that I know if she does not use her name, then she will use her date of birth. If she does, so you have to have strong passwords. If the person gets to learn of this one, you still change to another even stronger password. I think there you will be good to go.
Maybe just to add on, for me, what I do, I take it a break. In case I see being online is the case, I give it a break. Social media platform, be like, let me rest. I first be myself than being on social media. We are disagreeing, arguing, and the world is watching us. So I first give myself a break.
Okay, thank you so much. Just to add on to build up on what they have said, I think one is I'll always encourage people. Your relationship is you're not glued in that relationship. Sometimes people end up being beaten, like seriously beaten, and there are cases where people have actually died because of that. I mean, if you've noticed that ABCD is happening and the phone is the problem, and you've talked to your partner over and over again, and there's nothing changing, or the partner is not willing to change. Personally, I think I would also not eliminate the element of moving out of the relationship if possible before anything worst case scenario, you might be beaten and you die from then maybe the other one could be I think the police has that department of cybercrime. And it's okay for you to, if you've talked to your partner and they have really refused to, it's okay for you to take caution. You can go to the relevant authorities and report about it. You never know. A policeman might call you and interject and maybe cancel. Cancel your husband, and they will stop checking your phone over and over again. And I know policemen have counselors that they might sit you down and tell you, what, since you're doing ABCD, it's not good for your relationship. You might end up killing your partner and ABCD. It might not necessarily be they are taking to your man into custody. So basically, having said all that,
maybe just to add on what you've just said, it's also relationship is not a battlefield. We basically join relationships for love, and love is not war. It's basically love. Even the Bible talks about it. So me, I would advise, before you think of maybe moving out or doing this or the other, you at least get somebody to talk to. Could be, because all relationships have that one person they listen to. Could be an auntie, could be a mother, could be a friend of the family. And you express what you really feel, you and your partner. Maybe this person can be in position to understand, or you talk to a friend and seek for advice. For example, you can get maybe a girlfriend, your girlfriend, tell this person what is happening, and this person will be in position to guide you. Talk to the counselors, because counselors are there basically to give this support. So to me, that is also one thing that I would advise.
Okay, thank you so much. As we wrap up our, whole session, so I want to pose a question to all of you. We've talked about cyber safety. We've talked about the harassment bit of it. What resources do you think have been put in place, or what particular resources do you think women can use, to learn about digital safety? I'll start with maybe Tina.
Thank you, Bob. Okay, I'm thinking women can reach out to different civil society organizations because they organize different trainings. For instance, Gallup Initiative Uganda, they came up with the computer literacy, whereby they make sure to see that women are also equipped with digital knowledge.
Yes.
So I advise maybe other women to reach out to different civil society organizations that can help them. And also they are able to use different social media platforms. In case of any GBV, I know where I can report, I know how to track in case someone is hacking my information. I think it's very important.
Okay.
In addition to those sources, there is also Coursera. Coursera is a leading learning platform that someone can go to, and maybe you get a course in cybersecurity, anything to do with cyber and digital, and you're good to go.
Okay, thank you. Just to add on, maybe, I think it is also okay for you to approach a neighbor. Could be a neighbor, could be actually your children these days. For the cases of parents, our children tend to know more of, these technological related issues more than the parents. So I think, it is okay for you to approach your child and, be like, what, my son or my daughter, teach me how do I block this number? How do I make my social media account safe and all that? So basically, I would also want to emphasize the fact that it is okay for you to approach your neighbor, could be your child, could be your friend, for help. They might be doing better than you in terms of the digital space, so it is okay for you to approach them and always get help from them. As we wrap up this beautiful show, I would love to encourage us to say no to violence against girls and women.